AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
I don't even feel like doing any drops. Man, fuck. Kenyon Martin destroys Draymond Green.
You've been the ultimate glue guy. I am shocked and appalled that you don't have an Elmer's glue sponsorship, bro. Because if you look it up in the dictionary, they should have your picture next to the Elmer's glue thing, bro. Like glue Draymond. Yes, bro. Absolutely. Every team needs one. You change that dynamic the way certain GMs look at glue guys, right? Second round picks. Like you changed the narrative for a lot of second round picks. Good job. I wouldn't know nothing about that. Never been considered a glue guy. Maybe later in my tenure after surgeries and moved teams a couple times, but no, not necessarily that kind of a glue guy. I was asked to do certain things and play certain people and score. I was actually, you know what? I was actually asked to score for us to win. I was actually asked to put that little round thing into that other little round thing.
They're going back and forth because this started with Draymond Green finally responding to Kenyon Martin. They were giving him shots from Gil's Arena. Kenyon Martin was on Gil's Arena saying that Draymond Green picks and chooses who he wants to pick on, basically. And there's so many clips out there of Draymond versus Marcus Smart, Ron Artest, and Zach Randolph was in the league. All the big guys that would have retaliated. He didn't do anything. It felt like he was calculated. That's the words Kenyon Martin was using. If you're gonna be a tough guy, you gotta be a tough guy with everyone. Which, I think everyone agrees with. He punched Jordan Poole in the face, knocked him out, right? He's punking people, but he's punking the right people as well, according to them. And, I get that part. And he goes on and on about how Draymond Green wasn't even drafted to be on the same scale as a player as Kenyon Martin, who was the #1 draft pick, coming back from injury, broke his leg in senior year in college. This is great for me. It's gold. Well, let's fast forward this, man, because this is 23 minutes. I'm not watching 23 minutes of this.
But Lil Birdie told me that games that Steph has played without Draymond, he is 53-38 in those games. Games without Draymond, he's winning percentage without Draymond. So let's flip that same coin. You've played 128 games without Steph. Wonder what that record is. That same Lil Birdie told me their record 52-76, 128 games. Under 500. So who needs who? Who's underachieving? Who's not carrying their brick?
Not to mention, there was a stat from odds makers, bookkeepers out there saying that Draymond Green was 3 times more likely to be thrown out of a game that Steph Curry didn't play in or got fouled out of or whatever it was. I even took Draymond Green for more than a triple-double in a game, and I won like triple the amount because I knew Clay and Steph was going to be out, and Draymond was doing his thing at the time against the Sacramento Kings. And, that was one game I got with Draymond actually staying in the game against the Kings. I figured he would stay against the Kings because they sucked, and he had a chance to, I don't want to say stat pad, but it was more than a triple single that these guys point out. But I digress. Clearly, there's a huge narrative on Draymond Green with and without Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. He had a lot of help, and I get this. This is all beautiful. This is great. I love that these basketball players are going back and forth like this because it proves that the new media is nothing but the old media. They just wanted their equity in the game, which is nothing wrong with that. They're saying, all you guys, Nick Wright, Skip Bayless, you guys ain't play ball to talk like this. And these guys have skin in the game. They have sweat equity in basketball. And they had a problem with reporters name calling and calling these people out, which was always weird to me because I said, I wonder what you guys would do if you were in those shoes. If you had to go and get ratings because you have to get sponsorship deals and you have to get the money together for your show. And if you don't keep getting sponsorship money or getting the views, you won't get the sponsorship money or as much. You can't just rely on being the celebrity guy. This isn't just selling sneakers. And even in that case, when you do sell sneakers, for the most part, everyone's not Jaylen Brown. Everyone's not a big baller brand which is kind of like it's a failure basically. But Steph Curry right now is a free agent looking for uh, a sneaker company to manufacture new sneakers or whatever the case may be. And even in that case, the reason why Steph Curry is looking for the right sneaker brand is because they don't want to do all the legwork. That means you would be responsible for looking for advertising slots during games, during ESPN's First Take and whatever ESPN show you can get. All of that comes from the big machine that they said they were going to take over and be new media. But they are proving to be nothing but old media with new jerseys on. He called them Elmer's glue. That's funny. Super glue. This is hilarious. Draymond Green, another thing about Draymond Green is that he would be in a different class if he didn't cost his team so much. That championship where they're 73-9 and that championship appearance where he kicks LeBron in the gonads, that's a huge loss. Even though they lost Andrew Bogut, Draymond Green had an amazing game 7. He's the only one that showed up in game 7 for the Warriors, but that was after he missed the game due to suspension. So there's this up and down with Draymond Green where a lot of us don't even understand why he's still in the league really. And part of it, the league was getting rid of the Detroit Pistons, the old bad boy Pistons mentality. And now he's the last of the Mohicans. So Draymond is the last guy the last guy in the league with the image that represents the Kenyon Martins of the world, the tough guys. And I guess Kenyon Martin, he's been calling them out. And, we've never seen Kenyon Martin go viral by himself, really. Even though he did call and confirm what I've always said about Chris Paul being a sneaky individual. I love that also. I love when they confirm what I of my thoughts. These guys are great, hilarious. I take that back. They are not great. This is the problem. This is why Stephen A. Smith got the money that he got, because he does what they do, but this might not last 20 years. It was 20 years ago, damn near, that Stephen A. Smith went crazy on Kwame Brown. He's a bona fide scrub. It still goes viral. You got TikTokers who imitate Stephen A. Smith saying that 20 years later. It's a talent to do that. Yes, is it low hanging fruit? Is it salacious? It's all of that. But that's why Stephen A. Smith got paid. And now they're attempting to be the new Skip Bayless's, new Stephen A. Smith's. That's who they're doing. That's what the impersonation that they're doing. That's what they're attempting to do. And I love it. I love it. I love the fact that they just proven me correct. Is there anything else that's he also goes on to mention, this is the other part that's going viral right now, while Kenyon Martin saying he can name 200 players that are better at the power forward position better than Draymond Green.
So this is a list of, I was going to cut it short, but then my basketball savantness, if that is a word, kicked in. And
basketball savantness, come on.
And this is where we are with this situation, right? So here's Kenyon's power forward list of
Mount Rushmore.
Mount.
50 Mount.
Yeah, this 50, right? Wow. So let's go down this. So watch this. So we got Giannis, Anthony Davis, Dirk, Charles Barkley, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Dennis Rodman, Karl Malone, Chris Webber, Amari Stoudemire, Chris Bosh, Rasheed Wallace, Pau Gasol, Elton Brand, Antoine Jameson, Zach Randolph, Carlos Boozer, David West, Jermaine O'Neal, Sean Kemp, Derek Coleman, Clifford Robinson, Danny Manning, Larry Johnson, Ben Baker, LaMarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin, Kevin Love, Sharif Abdul-Rahim, Al Jefferson, Drew Gooden, Josh Smith, Tim Thomas, Antoine Walker, Lamar Odom, Jason Williams, Horace Grant, Otis Thorpe, Paul Millsap, Jawan Howard, David Lee, Joe Smith, Al Harrington, Rashard Lewis, Brian Grant, Tom Chambers, Kevin McHale, Nene, and for shits and giggles, you ain't better than Popeye Jones, Bo Outlaw, Reggie X.
Yeah.
That's for shits and giggles. Just because I like what they did for their team.
Yeah.
I like what they did for their team. This list, and I Kirk Thomas, PJ Brown, Dale Dave, Antonio Davis. Hey, I can go on and on with this, man. Oh, I said Paul Gasol. Paul Gasol on the list you in here? Yeah, he on the first page. Paul Gasol is on. I'm talking about. And guess who I didn't mention? Me. So I ain't even mentioned me. So no, dog. Like talking hoop, bro.
Most of that is a great list, right? All the superstars, greatest superstars of all time. Giannis and Tim Duncans and Kevin Garnett of the world. LaMarcus Aldridge was a really good power forward, basically great. And I understand what Kenyon Martin is saying. I think most of us would take most of those players on that list before Draymond Green. But Tim Thomas, Paul Millsap, like I get it. A lot of that is talent. Paul Millsap, he was part of that really good Hawks team, regular season that was great with Mike Budenholzer coaching them, Al Horford. I think Jeff Teague was there, Joe Johnson. If you trade Paul Millsap for Draymond Green, like once you say that, is Draymond Green in the same class as a Tim Thomas and Paul Millsap? Like Tim Thomas was on a Phoenix Suns team. They had a good run. Draymond Green would have done, I think, great there. And I think that's part of the biggest criticism of Draymond Green is if you played with a Steve Nash, how would you be able to finish with a Steve Nash? Because now he's taking a lot of your role, which is on the ball and getting people involved. You don't have to do that when you have a Steve Nash there who can play point guard, especially in this era when Steve Nash totally embodies the whole era where was it the 03 season? He was on Dallas and he was good, but he wasn't the Steve Nash that everybody's lauding today. Once the rule changes happened and they got rid of hand checking completely, because you do know that hand checking they tried to get rid of it in the 90s. They put like Derek Harper footage up there, who was the New York Knicks point guard. So of course I'm going to remember this. But hand checking, the rules have evolved on that since the 70s, and they totally got rid of it in 03, 04. And the free throws, the free throw line or the fouls were called differently, and you saw a lot of numbers, shoot up from your favorite superstars of that time period. And does Draymond Green's role change if he plays with a Steve Nash or a Jason Kidd? Because now he has to score. That's Kenyon Martin's point. That would be his role. It might not be suited for Draymond Green. He just happened to land in Golden State where he had to do that because he's in a role where you still do have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant. They're not known for being tough. I don't get. Everyone can tell me whatever you want. You could trade Draymond for Sabonis. I don't know if they win 4 rings. 4 rings. There's a certain toughness and mentality it takes to not just lead on the court. Draymond Green, I think, is a leader off the court. Some way, somehow, these guys. This is like Steph Curry's best friend. He's like Steph Curry's best friend. I don't know, that's part of the reason why he's in Golden State. And I think Steph Curry acknowledges We need this is a guy who does a lot of the dirty work that I don't want to do on and off the court. Vocal, just saying things, speaking to the elephant in the room. He recently talked about how the Warriors are lacking, the same fervor, the same motivation that they had the season prior when they initially acquired Jimmy Butler. So Steph Curry really isn't going to say that. And sometimes you need that in the room, the tension in the room to draw out, create a boundary. Hey, this is what we do. And, I don't think the Warriors are a championship team this year. Jimmy Butler took a lot of money on. So I get the criticism of Draymond Green. Like, trust me, I do. I don't understand how he's still in the league either. Actually, I do understand. I know it's because part of the reason why he's in the league is because he goes viral. And part of the reason I know that is because when he tried to knock out Yusuf Nurkic on the court, and he was suspended essentially, Adam Silver was basically begging him not to retire. And it's like, why? Why are you treating him like he's LeBron? Maybe because for the NBA, he's kind of like LeBron on social media. He goes super viral at any given time. Draymond Green is must-see TV for low-hanging fruit, the ugliest reasons. The ugliest reasons. New media ain't nothing but old media. That's the bottom line. Is Kenyon Martin right? Did he destroy Draymond Green? You tell me. Did he destroy Draymond Green? Are we waiting for the Draymond Green clapback? I'm not. I am. I'm lying. I'm lying. Double G just ran. You gotta love it. All these guys keep proving me right. Oh, what a tangled web we weave. Another AllBall reaction. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.